The Singapore Grand Prix is this weekend, and it's a very pivotal race for the title fight. You see, last year, Lando Norris, despite his best efforts, ended up winning the race by 20 seconds. But don't get me wrong, he was trying really, really hard not to do that. Max Verstappen, on the other hand, virtually needs a top 4 finish here to have any realistic chance at the title. But he's been keeping himself busy by winning a GT race at the Nürburgring, beating the guy from the Gran Turismo movie and 2 other cars in his class. Very impressive, I guess. Is he going to get smoked by Kevin Estre next year? Probably, but it could be a close race because the guy was setting a demonic pace, I won't hold you. Anyway, Singapore. If you haven't watched Singapore before, until last year there was a safety car at every single Singapore Grand Prix known to man, but that stat has since been ruined despite Lando Norris's best efforts to keep the streak going. So it kind of sucked last year because the race ended up being really boring. But in 2023, we got one of the best endings to a Formula One race in the history of the world. Carlos Sainz had been leading the whole race with Lando Norris in P2, and I have to preface this for all the newbies out there. This is when everyone was balls deep in the Max Verstappen domination era, so this in and of itself was insane. But then the Mercedes boys, who were pretty close to Carlos and Lando, decided to pit during a late safety car for fresh mediums, and everyone is like, are these people out of their goddamn minds? Those people were not out of their goddamn minds because with 5 laps to go, they're up Lando Norris's asshole on fresh tires. Must have felt good for Lewis to be on the giving end in one of these situations. But Carlos and his big brain thought to himself, if I just give Lando DRS on purpose, I can create a DRS train and then the Mercedes won't be able to pass Lando, therefore they won't be able to pass me, and I can win the race. And George Russell is trying his absolute best, but he can't pass Lando. And Lewis is getting pissed back in 4th place. But on the last lap, with about 1 or 2 more chances to overtake for probably just 2nd place at this point, George Russell clips the wall in turn 10 and breaks his rear suspension because it's funny. Absolute cinema. So the overarching question is, will Singapore 2025 be a movie like 2023? Or will it be a snoozer with the only entertainment being Lando Norris trying not to ruin his own race for 2 hours like 2024? I'm saying it's going to be a movie. And my podium forecast is Lando Norris P1, Oscar Piastri P2, and Charles Leclerc P3, because we got to throw the Ferrari fans a bone every once in a while.